This is the vending point of premix fuel for fishermen at Jamestown in Accra. Oftentimes you would notice the presence of some of these fishermen here trying to purchase the petroleum product which has been subsidized by the government to assist them in powering their outboard motors for their fishing activities. But as you can see behind me, the place is virtually empty with nobody available because the fishermen say for the past 2 weeks they haven't had any supply of the premix fuel, which is having an impact on their fishing activities. Well, oftentimes this is attributed to hoarding by some persons who may or may not even be fishermen, but then would want to sell this petroleum product at exorbitant prices when they are scarce.
As guests you see, here is where they sell the premise, but it's empty. Within 2 weeks' time, we are not having. So it has become a problem for us. And the outboard motor is, if you just imagine, it's made for a specific work. And that work also need the premise fuel. So if you are not having the premise fuel and we go to the Shell and buy petrol from Shell, it just spoiled our outboard motor. So in fact, if you are not having the fuel, it's very difficult for us. Things doesn't go well. And because of the fuel, the government has just, as I told you, it's about to help us. So he has sensitized it. He has been reduced it for us. Even now, if you go to petrol Shell, you know that petrol Shell, 1 gallon is over 30 Ghana. But ours are sold for us 72. So when we have 8 gallons, it's 60 Ghana. And over there, it's about getting to 200 and something. So the government has helped us in subsidization of the petrol. So we want the government to bring us more. We appreciate the way he brings us the premise, but we want it to be more. If it can be done in such a way that every day we will have it. Because drivers are having theirs every day. Anytime that you like, you get to petrol Shell, you buy. This is what we want ours also to be done, so that always we also can go to the sea and bring the fish by reducing everything, so that the nation also will find things that it won't be too much expensive.
Kaga petrol ba na alo petrol na ga wodu ma gbagba mi na ga mamoshi nka ga mamoshi na ole connection ni benami fi ole eja petrol wele manoni wo sa kaga petrol ba sana ho wele me ni wele me ai shimene ni ga boyo ine o wula ikome ya mami ni ame twa me tumo ya mami no yi shami ba mi go play wele ma petrol ni afe naka mene ni ga boyo e wo wele me petrol to ka emu aba na ba petrol ajo ka drums ka ni bi aga twa ma iche nje ni pona kan o anu kwale yo mo ka kan gbe san o yo no fe free anu wonu jaga ga me petrol no egun iwo na sa petrol no o shona bi petrol go ba ni petrol ga awo wonye wo yo petrol galo ha o aka abotemi 100 na ga nyu sho yen wo ba mene ni ga bo yo ni ga drum chulu yellow ne ka wa yo ko beto more than 3 million kese ni wonye wo ya wo ni wona ndo godogo ga ogelele follow back play.
I'm currently at the National Premix Fuel Secretariat here in Accra. We would want to pick up reactions from authorities about this situation.
Admittedly, there are challenges in the flow of premix fuel supply to various landing beaches. Some of these challenges that we are talking about are global. You know, we have no control or very little control over what's happening. Yes, when you look at Jamestown, in the past 3 weeks, supply has not been as consistent as it should be. We've been trying to communicate with the fishermen because of the challenges that we are facing. Global economic crisis also affecting fuel. The BDCs, that is the bulk distributing companies who import fuel into the countries, are also having challenges bringing fuel into the country. They're also complaining of forex losses, etc. So the National Premix Fuel Secretariat, of course, working together with the ministry led by Honorable Mavis Hawakumsin, is working very hard, talking to the BDCs, talking to Ministry of Finance to see how we can resolve this problem. So we are aware of the challenges, but we are working around the clock to ensure that we solve these challenges. But at the moment, fishermen are sometimes being forced to bear the brunt or buy fuel at the original cost. You know, so some of them are being forced to go to the filling station to buy fuel at the actual cost and not the subsidy. You and I know how fuel has been behaving in recent times. A gallon of premix fuel is sold for 7 cedis, 20 pesos. But as I speak to you now, a gallon of fuel is sold for about 50 cedis. And premix fuel is majority, is about 95% fuel. So ordinarily, anytime fuel is increased, premix fuel should have also been increased. So if you take 7 cedis, 20 pesos out of 50 cedis, that should tell the amount of subsidy government is pushing in there for fisher folk. So fisher folk should bear with government. Government is doing its possible best to restore things to normalcy.
Although these fishermen are calling for the constant supply of the premix fuel, they also want the government to put adequate measures in place to forestall hoarding and the illegal distribution of the petroleum product. Reporting from the shores of Jamestown, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okain for City News.